prophets of the Daedalus revealed that the Lo of Ian Falcori was protected by a ghost lock, enchanted to be impenetrable, but through the use of a key to which there is no mortal lock. The crew set out to destroy the lock for a key they had stolen from the Vilsvinian chief, hoping that this would transform it into a ghost key. They also learned that one among the Daedalus escaped the horrors of the Lo, so they now hope to find a guide to lead them there. A great step forward for Wyzyrd Skyzyrd!
Godspeed and fare thee well. Take all you need, here's every spell I know. I know.
Chapter 8: The Lost Tribe. Last time on Wyzyrd Skyzyrd.
Let's see. So you guys traveled into the caverns of extreme disarray, and found the hidden lair of the Daedalus.
Every time you say disarray, you should put an effect on it. It's like disarray,
Disarray. And you learned that the only way to access the Lo once you reach it was through a key that has no lock. So in Wyzyrd Skyzyrd fashion, you found a door with a key and you destroyed that door.
The logic is
Therefore,
flawless.
Forging a brand new ghost key.
You can't argue with it. I mean, it's just science.
Well, maybe you'll just get there and it won't work.
Yeah. And then I'll say, duh!
It was an idea come up with by a 12-year-old.
There is no logic in this place.
Phylax is a young boy. You are now returning into the lair of the Daedalus. We did actually get some updated images for you guys, courtesy of Megan.
I like that drum.
Well, here's the thing now, Garrett,
So this is
up
Carrick?
to you, but there were a lot of choices for hats, and one of them was a unicorn hat.
There was debate.
Which I thought that was my vote.
Honestly, it would have been okay. Oh, that's awesome.
I love all of the illustrations for all the different creatures, man. They're just amazing.
I do too. But then when I compliment one of them, everyone gets on to me.
Well, we were all a little bit weird
Which
about
one
it,
did you compliment?
You know which one.
Yeah.
You did talk about how freakish every single one of them was until you got to a certain one. And you're like, I think I'll ask that one for more information.
I am role-playing.
All right, so you guys have returned from the Vilsvinian lair, triumphant, having taken your mundane storage room key and transformed it into a magical ghost key that will give you access to the Lo of Ian Falcori.
That's all we were trying to do. And we ended up killing like 50 of their people. I was like, guys, all we're literally trying to do is break a lock. You don't even need this lock. Why? I mean, no one wants to steal this stuff in the storeroom. We already discovered it is garbage no one else wants.
Awesome.
So just let us break the lock and not have to destroy your entire civilization.
Unfortunately, you noticed early on all of your attempts to communicate with the Vilsvinians, while they seem humanoid to a point, they don't seem to have any kind of like intellect at all. They
seem to go
like
aggro immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have
And
no
from what
sense of self-preservation
Phylax
either.
has told you they're kind of like that too, because the Daedalus have been here for a while, and the best they can do is just avoid them, because there is no peace with the Vilsvinians.
We have returned!
The pilgrims of Prospero are there and greet you cordially because they now see you as friends. So Phylax takes you back. It's like, so what do you want to do now?
I would like to clean our clothes. Don't we have a spell for that? Somebody did, didn't they?
I mean,
I forgot that you brought the... Do you have a place to clean clothes?
But one of us had a spell. I remember we did something like that, didn't we?
That's where Gladstone comes in.
Yeah.
Gladstone saves the day again because of our soiled garments.
Welcome.
And he plays a little lute, like a little ditty. It's kind of like a jingle more than anything else. And as soon as it's over,
what a detergent! Wasn't there a detergent called Presto? Just whatever that was.
and it's strange because as the final little flux of his lute, and you find yourself feeling clean and fresh.
Yay! Thank you, Gladstone. Phylax, who was it that we needed to talk to about finding guidance to the keep? Wasn't there a member or a former member of your tribe?
Oh, I think didn't they mention Nerissa?
That sounds right.
Because the sisters have actually spent some time in the Lo back in the day, I heard, but they almost never talk about it. They definitely don't talk to me about it.
Perhaps they'll talk to us.
Well, I can take you to Nerissa. Unfortunately, her sister's no longer with us.
Well, let's do that.
Taking you the long way around so that...
He's trying to keep me as far away from that. He doesn't want me.
There's a 50-foot rule with Perdita now, since the last time.
I was like, she's like, don't let those guys over here.
Yeah. I mean, they smell amazing, but...
I like how the elders, whatever, have just let Phylax just handle us.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, just do what they want, Phylax. Take them where they want to go.
Well, you've noticed they're pretty chill here. Like,
I know, it's just weird. He's like a 12-year-old, and we're like these warriors. Like, all right, 12-year-old, do what these guys want.
Phylax says, I'm not really gonna go, but if you go up to the end of that hall and to the right, that's kind of where Nerissa has set up these days. So
is she hostile to you?
No, but she kind of makes me nervous sometimes. Not everything. Sometimes she says things that I don't like.
All right.
But
well, thank you, Phylax.
maybe there are things you need to hear. Who knows?
We will check back in with you before we depart on our quest.
Okay.
So let's go, guys.
Why is everybody whispering?
What says the small one?
Yeah. He mumbles about.
Yeah.
I like how we walk at the opposite of single file. Phylax is looking a little creepy too.
That's Nerissa. Phylax is
Oh,
the
that's
one
what I
who-
meant, Nerissa. I'm sorry.
I mean, it doesn't make it better that it was Nerissa, but
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to
Well,
cast
Nerissa is
aspersions upon her character, but I'm just saying if you walk in a room and you see a 10-foot snake, you're gonna step back a little bit.
here's to give you guys a flashback of episode 1 since I just finished editing on it. Like, he walks into a room and there's a guy there with rotting skin and he says, "Hey, can you direct us to some living people?" Like, that's his opener.
I mean, it's a reasonable question.
Oh, and everyone else immediately goes, ooh.
Hey, I prefer dealing with the living.
Read the room, man. Just read the room. The room's 100% dead guy.
How big is Nerissa? Is she like Conan snake size?
No,
30 feet?
but maybe Burmese python size, but big enough to support an almost humanoid head, though.
Can we see her? It looks like there's a door there.
That would be big AF.
Yeah, there's a door there, but I mean, you can go in. I mean, if you're
Okay.
choosing to go in, you can see
Can
her.
we knock
Yeah,
politely?
I would knock first.
I don't want to burst in.
Phylax is down the hall, just going. You can just go in.
Mm-mm.
All right. Hello in there. We're coming in to see you, Nerissa. Is that all right? Did you guys catch that? Is that a yes?
Why don't you go ahead?
I will. My God, I will.
I
You
give
guys
me
stay
a
out here and
thumbs up.
cower.
I think you got this.
All right. I'm going in.
So you just go in by yourself
I guess so.
because you keep asking and then you just keep talking.
What is the? I still can't remember. I'm making notes now. I didn't do this before. What was the guy that sent us on this quest in the first place?
Rebo?
Rebo.
The
The guy in the chicken
non-living
shop
man?
was Rebo.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I needed. Okay. Narissa, my name is Wee. How are you today?
Good day to you, Wee.
There we go.
My companions and I have been given a quest by a man named Rebo to find the keep of
The Lo of Ian Falcori.
Lo of Ian Falcori. I was told by Phylax that you may have some knowledge of where to find this Lo.
I know no Rebo, but I do know the Lo. I know Falcori.
Is it possible for you to guide us to this place?
I will never return to that place. Perhaps my sister would help you, if you could convince her.
Well, we could try that.
She dead?
You guys aren't even in there. Hush.
You guys can enter the room.
Can you tell us anything about the Lo?
No,
What is it that
I'll stay outside.
What is it that makes you so uncomfortable going there?
There is no good in that place. The house is trapped there. Those in the house are trapped there. Time is trapped there.
Ugh.
Well, we've been tasked with defeating an evil, and we believe this is the evil that we are looking for.
It would be a worthy evil.
Okay.
What can you tell us about what it looks like, and I mean, how do we get in? What kind of dangers do we need to look out for?
You must have a key for which there is no lock.
We believe we have this key. Some of us think that it will work.
It may. The magics of Falcori were simple but sly.
So, is this a like a fort? Is it a house? I don't understand exactly what it is.
It is a house that doesn't want to be a house anymore.
So we will find a door and use our magical key to go inside, and what will we encounter then?
That place borders on the silences. You will first encounter the void, and you must beware its call.
Interesting.
Are we writing that down? We've got to beware the voice of the call of the what? Of the void?
The void. I'll write that down. Beware of the void call. Avoid the call. What manner of creatures will we face there? Are there any special weapons that we will need?
No weapons.
I have candles.
Oh, why didn't you say so?
And lots of rope. Elva has crept up behind Wee. Not unsubtly, obviously.
So, are you saying instead of a physical encounter, this may be more of a mental test?
The pale prince waits in the low. Everything waits in the low. Falcori will never return.
Kind of wishing Rebo had told us a little more about what he wanted us to accomplish.
There is still magic there in that place. There is still some of the magic left. If it could be fanned, if it could be harnessed, it might be enough to start the clock hand moving again. If only for a moment.
Okay. Harness magic. I'm just taking notes while she's writing with a little notepad. Okay, harness the magic. Got it.
Harness the magic. Beware the pale man. Check.
Pale prince equals bad.
Only the penitent man shall pass.
When you look down at your notes, they read like gibberish.
That's right. I can't read or write.
It's all
Forgot all
symbols.
about that.
It's all
God, I forgot what an idiot I am.
smiley faces.
The Lo of Falcori is the House of Falcori. Falcori, if I understand correctly, was a bad guy, but he's no longer there. He's gone. Is that right?
Yes. Ian Falcori was the wicked lord of the manor and has been gone many ages. At first, the magic was strong when he left, but it paled over time. And eventually, those of us, such as myself and my sister, were able to escape down here.
Are there any good entities in there that need rescuing? Or should we assume everyone we encounter is evil?
Maybe there are good there. I do not know. I know there were those, such as myself, that were victims of that place.
Narissa, do you need us to do anything for your closure? Do you need anything from us when we go there?
If you see my sister, tell her that I miss her.
Oh, I will.
What is her name?
She is called Ariadne.
Ariadne. Oh, that's nice. And you think she's in the house?
No. We escaped together. I do not know if she will take you there. I only know that I will not.
Oh, okay. So you're saying if we encounter her on our way to the house to tell her that you love her and miss her?
I can tell you where you may find her. She,
Okay.
like many of our tribe, broke away long ago. She is among the Carcosa now.
Carcosa. Okay. I suppose unless you guys do you have any other questions about the Lo? Anyone?
How do we find the Carcosa?
She seems reluctant to talk about it.
We need to find Ariadne to deliver your message and to make sure that no one else suffers in the Lo of Falcori. In order to do that, our next step is to find the Carcosa. Can you give us any help that will point us in the direction that we need to go?
I'm sure there are those here that could help you, but I will speak of it no more.
We thank you for your time, Narissa. Hylax! Where are you, young friend?
Trying to get something to eat. Oh, God.
Oh, you brought us food. Thank you, Hylax. And we take his food.
When they magically clean their clothes, they didn't even clean mine? They didn't even ask.
Yes.
And those guys are dipshits.
Yeah. I don't want to eat. Just kind of hanging out with Carius, trying to just be two kids talking.
Now, who was the leader here?
Gideon.
Gideon, that's right. But I'm going to leave Hylax alone, and I'm going to find Gideon.
He's not in the banquet hall.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll ask Hylax. Hylax, where can I find Gideon?
I think that he was in his sitting room.
Very well.
He points back. That's the first room that you guys found him in, by the way.
Okay. Thank you, Hylax. Clean yourself up.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Snob.
Respect yourself. That's all I'm saying.
They live in a pretty small area.
Well, they're refugees.
I know, it's just funny. They're like, she lives over there, and it's like literally a hallway.
Well, she literally lives in a storage area.
Now you're making fun of them for being poor.
No, I'm just saying it makes it sound like
yeah.
she lives in some other,
Showing
Your house is pretty shit, I think.
Yeah, you all look like freaks, and your house looks like shit.
And you're dirty.
Clean yourself up. All right. So as you approach the sitting room, Gideon is here. Teresia is with him once more, and Danksara and Memnon, who you met in the banquet hall earlier.
Teresia is her name?
Yeah.
Teresia, we believe we have recovered the key that we need. Thank you for your guidance in that. we now ask that, having spoken to Narissa, that we might need to find her sister, Ariadne,
Oh,
to find guidance to the actual Lo itself. I'm asking where we can find the Carcosa tribe. That's what I'm asking.
I mean, Teresia has no eyes, so her expressions aren't always fully readable, but but she looks like a little uncomfortable at the mention of the Carcosa, and you can see behind her that Gideon almost winces a little too about it.
It looks like I'm next to Scrog and Gladstone, and I say, why is Ariadne, who is an ally to these guys, with someone who they seem to feel is not their ally, the Carcosa?
Well,
Reasons?
yeah.
It's complicated.
Gideon, I feel like we
Why
are...
does the sun come up? You know what I mean? Who knows?
I worry, I fear that we are breaching an uncomfortable subject, but can you tell us what happened between you and the Carcosa tribe? Is it something that cannot be mended?
Gideon leans in and says, I fear I may be the source of the discomfort at this table, although I am not the only one that feels the loss. The Carcosa were once part of the Daedalus as well. We were one tribe. But as I told you, we among the Daedalus, we followed the teachings of Barujna. The stories that led us out of the darkness, we believed that is the way to the light, and the way to the light is our salvation. Unfortunately, some among us, including my wife, Lorelei,
Drama!
felt that we had strayed too far from the original teachings of the Great Mother Fogamore. She was, as we were, in the darkness, and we were birthed in the darkness, and so they felt that maybe our attempts to go out into the light, having resulted as they have in just our seeking refuge further and further underground, deep into the recesses of obscurity, even in the realm of consciousness. They felt we had failed Fogamore, and the teachings of Barujna had failed us. And so they took up somewhere and formed their own faction, which we do not believe is indivisible from our own, but unfortunately, currently, those divisions do exist. Settling in Nocturne, we've been driven even out of the world of conscious man. We don't even exist in reality anymore, according to some.
You have no communication with them at all, then?
Sometimes, but we respect that they have broken away to do as they feel. There is no ill will on our side, and there's certainly nothing like violence between us.
Is there ill will on their side?
I believe not, and certainly I hope not.
Well, I feel sorry to see the state of this thing. Is there anything you would like to tell us, a message to give to them should we encounter them?
No,
they know how we feel.
Is there a common ground between the two tribes? Is there some sort of reconciliation that can happen?
As I have said, I hope so, but how would we know? I think right now we must simply respect what they wish.
Well, you have neutral intermediaries here that could certainly help carry an olive branch or an invitation to come to the table to talk, if that was your wish.
Gideon, friend, as you know, we've been tasked with this quest, and we need them to fulfill it. How can we find them?
I think one of us will have to take you there, simply because they are not a violent people either, but they are a little warier of strangers than we. So maybe we can send an envoy with you.
That is definitely a good idea, and we're kind of going to hold you to that.
I think the red-skinned lady would make an excellent choice.
Yeah. Well, she's already kind of committed to some stuff, so...
Well, ain't got a ring, it don't mean a thing. I'm just saying.
Obviously, Teresia and Danksara will not lead you, but...
Why is that obvious?
Well, they're the seers, so they don't... Besides the fact they just creep people out, they don't always have, like, actual, legitimate, like, conventional sight. Like, Teresia is blind,
so
but for
now
her
we're
vision...
sight shaming. Now you're saying they're creeping people out. Who's the one shaming people now?
Memnon may not be the best ambassador. I guess let's travel to the banquet hall again, and we'll see if we can find someone
Who among you? That's like in a classic every movie. Who will stand with me?
Who will stand with these
We're just walking along.
mostly demanding and unbelievably selfish people?
Yeah.
These self-indulgent people. None of them can go Scopus, and the pilgrims all have to remain on guard.
A little bit, Jerry Maguire, like, who's coming with us?
Yeah, exactly.
Are we? Was Gideon gonna pick somebody, or is he wanting us to ask?
No, he came with you.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see him there now. I see him. Okay.
He's like you see Phylax is kind of slinking down.
Haven't I done enough?
Yeah. Not me.
Will these people just let us go to sleep? Good Lord.
And Gideon says these people merely wish an introduction to our neighbors, the Carcosa. Who among us would wish to take them there? And this one comes forward.
I'm like, no. Let's see what the redhead says. Has to say
Ask the redhead, the one whose head is
I meant
red.
the red. Yeah, the red head. Literally a head that is red. Let's see what the redhead has to say first.
Not me. Just into the barrel. So, Juleo, do you wish to take them? And Juleo says, yes, it has been a long time since I have seen my own consort. I would take them. And maybe in the time that I go there, I may see her as well.
Well, thank you, Jaleo. Is your consort among the Carcosa tribe?
Yes, unfortunately, Ramita chose to go with the traditionalists.
You have strong faith that each of you would choose your faith over your partners. That is commendable.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. I would say that if our faith were stronger, we would still be together. But I will take you there, if only to see her again.
Do we need to rest first or heal or anything?
If you want to, that's an option. I mean, or at least you can ask Gideon, since you guys are yeah, okay.
I think before setting out, we should definitely take a long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like Gideon, could we sleep here too?
Yeah. Where's your bed, Gideon?
We don't yet. Your bed will be fine.
Yeah, these beds are pathetic. Where are your real beds?
Yeah, where do the rich people stay?
So we click long rest.
Yeah. It just resets all your spells and stuff.
Well, Jaleo says, well, that's fine. I can show them to the sleeping area and allow them. They look very refreshed, but
I'll just sleep on this table and knock all the food off the table.
I'll just poop in this barrel. Like, wait.
That's our wash basin.
That's our water supply.
That's our whole water supply. So he takes you on beyond the banquet hall.
Oh, we get to see more of their lair. Is lair the wrong word for this?
I called it their lair, so I don't think.
Lair almost has like a kind of a bad sound to it, doesn't it?
It's more like their hovel.
That's not a nice way of saying things either. Oh, we get to see more of your hovel.
Yeah, really.
Open.
I really enjoyed seeing your hole.
What a magnificent crap hole you have.
Yeah, really.
A great shanty.
I can't believe how many freaks you can fit in here.
Jeez.
Oh, so yeah, you guys can rest here if you like.
Have a nice little fire.
Mm-hmm.
How do fires work underground?
I'll watch it. Well, if there weren't air down there, then nobody could be down there. So there has to be enough
Well,
air
fires
to
work the
support
same way. You're
fires.
asking where the smoke goes?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm kind of asking. Yeah.
There
So-
has to be ventilation because, like I
Yeah.
said, they wouldn't be able to.
There's ventilation shafts.
Yeah, and it's a dream country, so who knows?
Yeah, the fire gives off sparkles instead of smoke.
You guys make sleep look fun.
Join in.
Let's tell scary stories.
To go to sleep.
He is next to Scrog.
Well, Scrog's like the most civilized of us.
Yeah, but I get cranky when I don't sleep.
Jaleo has a beautiful face, though.
Are his eyes always that wide open?
Is that two mouths?
Mouth nose, please go to sleep.
Really? Sometimes it talks while I sleep.
No, yeah. Instead of snoring, I sing.
Say, shut all your mouths.
He just whistles.
That might be Jaleo Cannon now. Instead of snoring, I sing
Yeah.
through my nose mouth.
It's like la 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 la.
I would love that. For 8 whole hours.
Yeah.
La, 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 la. You work his scales up and down.
Yeah.
But still, somehow, you managed to sleep enough to get rested. I guess to get your spells and hit points back.
We should be tired. We've been.
I was just thinking, it's like, so when he like sneezes, it just like spits straight at you. Then like, see it? Just like,
Phlegm. It was like a loogie every time.
yeah. Sorry, that was a distraction.
The whole time we're walking, we're going to be looking at him like, can you eat out of both at the same time? Or can you talk and eat at the same time? That's pretty cool. So do you have like 2 toothbrushes?
Is there 2 jaws in there or just 2 sets of lips? Tell me more about this other mouth. In fact, only Elva is rested. Everyone else stayed up all night asking Jaleo mouth questions.
I mean, you don't often meet people like this. You take the opportunity you can to learn. I'm just trying to learn about different cultures.
Is that like the
Yeah.
only other mouth you have, or is every orifice a mouth?
You have 2 of every orifice?
You have like mouth ears and a mouth butthole?
Okay.
Now you've gone too far.
That killed the whole riff. So Jalea is just sort of walking you through the rest.
Julio, do we risk running into Vilsvinians on this journey?
Oh no, not in these part of the caverns. Although you never can tell because they seem to push ever towards the low. We don't know why they're drawn to it. But
What is that? Is that a door or a chair?
to you, that's a chair.
He was talking.
Is that a chair?
Right,
That's my
Julio.
favorite interjection.
Excuse me.
Wait a minute. Is that
I
a
don't
chair?
know why they're drawn to it. Is that a chair?
Please move, mouth nose.
What is that?
Pardon me, mouth nose. I thought you were just breathing. I didn't realize you were speaking.
Well, one of those mouths is talking about something. Why don't the
I
other
only
mouth tell
listen
me
to
if that's
this.
a
I
chair?
only listen to the bottom mouth.
It's the bottom mouth that's currently
Oh,
speaking.
that's a weird idea is that he talks out of different mouths sometimes, and that's
During his different moods.
like he lies out of his top mouth. I don't want to.
Yeah, he just gets excited. He speaks
Yeah.
out of the top mouth in a little like higher register.
Yeah.
That'd be creepy if they had different voices.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what would make it weird.
Otherwise, perfectly normal.
No, what Jaleo says is they are ever present. There was a time when we never saw them, and then one day, just a few, and then more, and then more, and then it seemed like any any unexplored piece of the caverns that we hadn't been through, that we'd find that they had claimed it as their own.
But you say they're all sort of moving in the same direction, and that direction seems to be towards the low.
They push towards the low. So we assume that they know of tunnels that we don't, because they're in the lower level, as you found when you came through here. But
Do you know where the low is?
I know the direction. I've never been there.
It's like, how do you know that they're pushing towards it if you guys don't know where it is? But I guess that makes sense.
Well, there are those who know more than I, and Danxara and Teresia. They are convinced that the Vilsvinians have some connection to the low. Even Leto says so.
Are Vilsvinians evil?
We don't know if they're evil, but they always attack.
Perhaps they're drawn to it because of the darkness there.
Yeah, like if a wasp defending its nest, I don't know if I'd call it evil, but I do know it's aggression.
I wonder if the low is calling dark forces to it.
Maybe. We don't know. I wouldn't know why, although there's so many different stories. Only a few people have been there, but everyone seems to have stories about the low.
It's a shame that we'll have to destroy it.
Both of his mouths laughed at that.
Yeah, I got a 2-mouth laugh out of that one.
Yeah. The top one just titters.
Ew.
Just unnerving. All right. So as it comes down here, there's no sign of a door, but obviously he knows that there is one here. So just like when Phylax led you into their realm from the other side, he opens a passage into another part of the thing.
Mouthman, where are you going?
Okay. These people are... Is this the scale?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like,
These guys are a little
Yeah,
bit.
imagine we like walk for hours, right? That's the
it's
idea.
the realm of the giants.
Bia is closer to scale.
It's apocalypse.
They're both.
You might
pretty
need to
big.
zoom in on this thing so we can see these guys. On my screen, it's really small.
All right, so let's see if I can pull up. So that's Tarkos.
Tarkos. Do I need to write these names down, or are these people that we're going to be like?
Well, there's no telling. Orlando,
Yeah. I just call them mouth nose.
and that's B. What's the point of the names?
Yeah.
Greetings, Orlando. It's been a long time. And Orlando is cordial to him as well. Hello, Jaleo. Ramita will be happy to see you. Hopefully that you will be equally happy to see my new friends.
Well, I mean, we just met him, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, what are your new friends' names?
we are Wyzyrd Skyzyrd,
Yeah.
a band
Yeah.
of traveling bards. My name is This is Elva, Karak.
Those other two.
No,
Grog is my name.
Gladstone. I was trying to think of Gladstone. Gladstone and Scrog. How do you do today?
A little game of poker going on here.
Greetings, friends.
It would be weird to walk into a room where people are just standing randomly around, just turned in different directions. Like, what's happening in here?
Well, you see in this room, like the entrance you came in was secret, and you don't see a discernible exit.
Okay. So they're having a
So-
secret meeting.
Are you of the Carcosa tribe?
We are of the Carcosa, and you are friends to the Daedalus?
We are. We are travelers, actually, on a quest. And we encountered the Daedalus, and they helped us, and we helped them. So I would like to think of us as friends now.
How did you help them?
Well, we've killed quite a few Vilsvinians.
That's Tarkos. That's a good answer, according to him. All right, that was a good start.
We've got a message from Gideon.
Oh.
I didn't think he had a message.
Gideon misses his partner.
Yes. That is sad.
Everybody's creepy in this cave. Everybody's so creepy.
I mean, the way Sean draws them, their eyes are always like straight
But the
up
way they
huge.
talk, they're always just like, it always takes
yes,
it
they're
takes
always
like
yeah.
2 beats for them to start talking. Everything
Well,
like,
they live underground.
Yes,
they don't get
I
a
know.
lot of visitors.
it makes sense. It's just everybody's just so antisocial down here.
We've been given a quest to travel to the Lo of Ian Falcori.
Oh, that's quite a quest.
And deal with the evil there however we can.
And we're told that in order to do that, we have to find Ariadne, who is among the Carcosa, and bring love from her sister Nerissa.
You would have been better to bring her the head of a Vilsvinian.
I can go get some if you
You've
want.
got as many of those as you need.
just down
Yeah.
the hall, there's like mounds of them.
We ate them all.
This guy's kind of on board with you guys so far. Like, yeah, all right. Kind of like the cut of these guys' jib. What we were hoping for, according to Julio, was that you would allow passage for us to take them to the rest of the tribe, that they could take their petition to Ariadne to help them find the Lo. I'm sorry about my cat.
That's one of his mouths.
That's one of Julio's mouths. It's just going,
Yeah. It just makes animal noises, and then I do that when I get nervous.
sorry. We just had dinner. No, you are friends to us still, and the friends of yours we see, especially those who are the enemies of the Vilsvinians. We must stay together against those, especially right now. Yes, I am sure the others would be happy to receive you into the parts of the map that Sean doesn't know very well.
Do-do-do.
Ba-ba-ba-da-da-da-da. Going to the caves of extreme disarray.
Yeah, Gladstone's been real quiet this adventure.
Yeah,
He's always weakening and burning it all the time.
it is true.
So he is drunk.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep it all down low. Let it
If he's moving, he doesn't move if he's sober.
Well, all this fighting kind of does have Gladstone down.
No, he doesn't like killing.
He needs some, yeah. He doesn't like, he likes fresh air.
Yeah, he likes playing music and having fun.
He's a bro. The flip-flop bro, yeah.
Long tunnel.
This veil is rapidly evaporating.
Yeah. I'm starting to wish I'd learned the map better. Guess we're gonna all learn together.
I think you did a great job, sweetheart.
Yeah, this is good. This is a good system.
Well, I'm trying to remember where Ariadne is. It's probably good because Julio doesn't know either, so we're kind of just wandering through.
Well, does the other person that is with us not know?
Oh shit, I didn't realize. I guess it makes sense that Orlando came, but I didn't even realize he did. Got minds of their own. So Orlando is accompanying you, so that's fine. And as you round this corner here, Julio gets excited and he looks ahead and he sees like Ramita. So he starts running ahead of you. And Orlando goes to announce him.
Does Ramita have 2 mouths as well?
Yes.
So she's with Lorelei. That's Lorelei.
Mm-hmm.
That's Ramita.
I like their fashions. Pretty varied clothing to be an underground dwelling people.
Well, when you draw 30 people in a row, you start getting bored with it. So Orlando comes forward to Lorelei as Julio meets back up with Ramita. And he says, my queen, I bring you travelers from far-off lands. They apparently have braved through the under caverns of the Vilsvinians and befriended Our neighbor is the Daedalus. And Lorelei kind of just like, okay.
So she's the queen?
Yeah, she's the ruler of the Carcosa.
Hail and well met, Lorelei. We come here to bring a message to you from the Daedalus, that the Daedalus love and respect you and miss you. And we have been tasked with a quest to find the Lo of Ian Falcori. Our friend and ally Narissa has tasked us with finding Ariadne amongst you to lead us to the Lo so that we can liberate it from the evil and hopefully stop the invasion of the Vilsvinians that continue to plague you and the Daedalus alike.
Narissa and Ariadne have already been liberated from the evil of the Lo, so do you not feel as though you bring nothing but sorrow to them with your quest?
That is not our intention. And were there any other way to find it, I'm open to hearing that. We need to find it and deal with it in whatever manner we can.
Maybe Ariadne herself would like to weigh in on it instead of having you
Why don't you shut
her.
your mouth, Lorelei? I don't remember asking you.
Except for just a minute ago when I did. You are, of course, free to speak to Ariadne.
What can you tell us, Lorelei, while we're here? What can you tell us about the Lo?
I have not been there myself, but as I said, it has brought nothing but sorrow to those of us who have been there. It was a place of wickedness, and now is a source of dread.
Have you met any other adventurers such as ourselves that have been tasked with traveling to the Lo?
It's been so long, I'm trying to think if anyone have come that way. It's difficult to say when it comes to the Lo. Even in this place where time doesn't fully matter, it's still stopped in that place. But there have been other travelers that have come through. But I believe the last of the travelers that had the misfortune to end up in the Lo did so before it landed at the border of Twilight. So I don't think we would have ever had the opportunity to have met them. We have taken on those refugees that have managed to escape since it came down. Since it touched to the silences and its magic waned, and there were those that were able to leave. The legend says at least that there are those who remain trapped within.
So Narissa and Ariadne were prisoners of the Lo.
According to some, they were made at the Lo.
Made? Like created? By Falcori?
Falcori had many wicked experiments. He was trying to build something.
Why is the Lo still evil if Falcori is dead and gone?
I can't say what the Lo is now that Falcori is gone, but his magic is still there, and his magic was evil enough.
Can you contact Ariadne for us or point us in the direction where we may find her?
She may be down in the common room. She says that to Orlando. If you would show them that way, I'm sure you can find her. Yes, my queen. And Julio says, hey, I'd stay here for a little while if it's okay with you guys.
Of course. There's a bed over there.
Yeah.
Have at it.
Thanks. Further.
I asked Orlando, is Lorelei the reason why the Carcosa and the Daedalus are separate?
Not by herself. She rules here by decree of the people, but the people chose to follow her. You mustn't think her cold. It's been a difficult life. It was not an easy choice for her to make, and she made it for her people. These caves are very big, so...
Well, they are there's disarray to be dealt with, right?
Yeah. They're definitely disarrayed, and I'm pretty sure this isn't the right direction, but we'll see.
You gotta expect there to be some take some time when you're dealing with disarray.
I mean, I haven't been here. I spend a lot of my time in the upper chamber with Tarkos and Bia, because they are the front line.
There's some cool looking guys.
Okay, yeah, that's friends. These are Romulax and Octavia.
And
Oh, well, if you look up, you'll see her clinging to the ceiling.
Ariadne.
And, of course, Ariadne.
Greetings to all of you. We are Wyzyrd Skyzyrd, a band of traveling bards.
Well met. We see not many people around here. Unfortunately, even fewer who come as friends. Octavia doesn't move.
Well, we hope to be able to help you while we're here. Our goal is to reach the Lo of Ian Falcori and defeat the evil there.
Why would anyone want to find such a place? It is definitely evil, that place.
Because evil needs to be dealt with. And we believe we are the ones to do it.
And what makes you the ones to do it? Now, Ariadne is crawling down.
We have been chosen by a creature named Rebo. We all come from separate realms, not of this realm. We were chosen by him personally and given a task, given a quest to travel to the Lo and defeat the evil. And
We were all of different realms as well, once.
And after we won the admiration of your sister, Nerissa, who tasked us to come here and send you her love, she said that you yourself would lead us to the Lo. I've directed that to Ariadne.
You saw Nerissa.
she's
We saw
doing
Nerissa,
well.
we won her favor, and she gave us this information.
How did you win her favor?
By defeating Vilsvinians and telling her that we plan to destroy the evil that is the Lo.
And hopefully rescue any other creatures that are trapped inside.
Well, the blood of Vilsvinians is a good place to start.
That seems to be a common thread around here.
They come. We do not come to them. They come. And when they come, they must be fought. We do not make war with them, but they come.
Yes, that has been our experience. When we first met them, we extended our hand in peace. And without question, we were attacked.
They have no minds.
In defending ourselves, we have, unfortunately, had to kill a great many of them. Dozens.
Something about the Lo that I do not even know draws them. They have no lives without it, but I do not know. They are not from it. They were not there when I was there. They are not Falcori's make, but something about that place draws them in, and draws them ever closer and ever nearer. Yes, like a net where the winds are tightening ever on us. So even if we choose to stay here, to avoid them, they grow in number, they become bolder, they find our tunnels, and they know tunnels that we don't know.
Can you help us? Can you guide us to where this is so that we can try and stop this for you?
I can. But I have a price.
Name it.
The Vilsvinians are not the only evil in the depths of these caves. There is another, a creature whose followers drove me out of my own home. When I had a hollow, I would have it again.
What can you tell us of these creatures?
Zealots of some dark magic, some distant god maybe, or some other power, I do not know, something that is gaining more and more control over these caverns that I think is not related to the Lo, that I think is not related to the Vilsvinians, but still, it lies in the path. If you would clear that path so you could find the Lo, you would clear out my hollow, and if you paid me that boon, I would take you to the Lo and show you where the entrance is, and nothing more.
I believe we would be happy to do this for you.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
We live for this.
We just clearing out caves, I guess. Can't wait to write all the songs that clearing out caves is going to open up for us.
I have a whole opera about cave clearing.
You know, all the different things we had to clean off our shirts.
Let me, I should have asked Lorelei this also. May I ask you your opinion on something, Ariadne?
Yes.
I'm going to take out this leather-bound book that we have
Oh,
that we can't unlock.
forgot about that.
Have you seen a book like this? Do you know anything about it?
That looks like the mark of Falcori.
We found this book among the belongings of a Vilsvinian chieftain.
That is strange. I know little of the Vilsvinians, but I do not believe they can enter the Lo. So if they had this book, then it left the Lo at one point. Maybe when Falcori left, that's difficult to say.
We've been unable to open it. We have a small key, but it does not fit.
Falcori and his keys.
Is this another magic trick that we need to decipher?
Everything with him was a key of some sort. His little magics. But yes, if Falcori made that lock, then the only thing that will open it is the key that Falcori made. Perhaps Falcori's game has left the bounds of the keep.
Perhaps that is why the Vilsvinians are drawn here. The power of the Lo itself may be expanding.
Maybe. We knew the magics were still there even in his absence. Maybe the house is bleeding magic since it came to this place.
This is all the more reason to defeat it. I see now why Rebo called us together.
I will take you. You will deliver me my boon first, but that will advance you on your quest as well.
Very well. Thank you for helping. Let's go. If you're ready to go.
Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know if you need to pack some things, a lunch or something.
No, let's all take another nap. Like everywhere they go. No, let's all know. Like, God damn it! Come on!
I need to hit the head.
I mean, I can't just leave. I got stuff to do.
But it'll take like 8 hours, though. Okay, that we do have to stop there because once we get into the other layers, the whole big thing. It's a whole nother set piece.
Come to me, magic, wash our sins clean, make us forget all the horrors we've seen. Come to me, magic, cleanse us, we pray, Cleanse us of evil and wash it away. Wash it away, wash it away. Come back tomorrow and start a new day. Wash it away, wash it away. We'll wake up tomorrow and start a new day.